And welcome everybody to the channel. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today, General Zod. Welcome everybody back. Don't know how many people I'm going to have for this stream because this was a little impromptu stream that I put together at the last minute because it's Christmas and you guys know my current situation. I'm in a hotel just chilling. And I thought to myself, let's have a Zodmas. What's a Zodmas, you might say? A villain Christmas, of course. You know, I saw a couple of interesting articles and I thought I could take the time, put some videos together, go through that whole shenanigans, or I could just come live to you guys and we could just talk about some of this stuff that I came across. So I see we got one person watching. And welcome. We're just gonna have a really good time today. We're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about some stuff having to do with Amber Heard, some developments with the Addams family that they're talking about on Netflix, and of course a great article I came across with the star of Promising Young Woman and her attack on a publication on a checkbox, really highly regarded chill media tabloid fucking magazine Variety. Okay, and you won't believe what Variety has to say because look, I was on the fence about this movie, and then this asinine, absolute clown comes out. And I'm going to read it to you, but he comes out and he says this. And for once, a Hollywood actress who seems pretty clear-minded, level-headed, has a very legitimate complaint about what this guy says. He blatantly insults her and her performance by what he says. And it's really funny. I can't wait to see this movie now because anytime the media sticks their foot in their mouth and they say something stupid, I automatically know this is going to be a movie I enjoy because, yes, a lot of the critics has praised it. I personally think there's more to this, and I can't wait to give you guys my own critique because I will be doing a review of this movie. But based off of how this asshole worded his review, I'm going to say I'll enjoy. I'll actually go in with a clear mind, and I will enjoy what's going on. But Geekocidal Tendencies, what's up? Living Life. Yep. What movie? Oh, Promising Young Woman. So if you guys don't know, it's a movie about this girl who has a secret. She's a promising young woman. She is in medical school, and then something tragic happens to a friend of hers, and she drops from the scene. And then she gets her revenge on these elitist assholes who appear to be gentlemen, but they take these women out, they drug them, and they bring them home. Now, look, I know we're in this Me Too era, but this movie kind of reminds me of another movie called Finding Mr. Goodbar, and there's been a lot of references to it. If you guys don't know, it was a very brutal, harsh look on the reality of how women get raped, no one believes them, and they live with this secret. And look, there's another side to this. And I think the way that this is shot and it's written, it only targets a certain group. It's not saying all men are this animal, but a certain group of them that this movie portrays, which I can get down with because it's also loosely based on a lot of cases that actually happened. So it's not just some sensationalized Hollywood bullshit. And given what the actress says in this article I'm going to read to you guys, I could totally get on board with this movie now because she seems like a pretty level-headed person. And when I read these articles, I'm going to go off camera because I tend to freeze, and I don't want to freeze with a stupid expression on my face. But welcome, Jamie Vick. And really quick, before I get started on my articles and my stuff like that, I want to say to everybody who's watching or everyone who will watch, I put up a GoFundMe, me and my girlfriend, because currently we're living in a hotel. We got hit with Corona. It caused a rift in my household and a huge argument. We wound up getting kicked out and having to come up with some alternate solutions on the fly. And I wanted to thank everybody, especially down below Jamie Vick, who has donated to the GoFundMe. It means a lot. And I'm not a YouTuber to come out and go, yeah, my tire is flat and I need money. Like, that's not my thing. I talk to you guys. You guys don't got to donate me shit. I appreciate having the dialogue, but I feel really touched that so many people during the holidays uh, and so many people during this Christmas time uh, could give and be charitable. I'm part of a great community. Also, people too who have been fighting the good fight against Amber Heard. This community I've been a part of with Rob Rules, and I did a stream with him. Um, you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I'm not. I told myself I was gonna get choked up on camera, but seriously, I know I don't show a lot of emotion unless it's anger, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, JB Vic. I was gonna do a stream last night, and PB was supposed to be on. We were gonna do a Christmas stream, and I guess he didn't know, and that son of a bitch didn't show up. So I decided to push it back till tonight and actually do it on Christmas Day. Plus, I'm doing a stream with my father to talk about a tragedy there. Dean Jacobs, what up, man? I've been seeing you on a lot of my videos. Hi, we're gonna have a chat. It's gonna be great. Um, so the first article I want to get to for you guys, and I'm gonna read this, and then leave your comments. I'll come back and I'll read them because when I switch screens, I can't see what's going on in the chat. But the first article I'm gonna bring up is going to be on this promising young woman fiasco and what this asshole writer said and how the actress responded to it, because her response was totally reasonable. And, thank you, Jamie Vick. I know you guys are a wonderful community, really. Um, you know, her response was totally normal. Look, I have dealt with years of these stupid actresses coming out and saying asinine things that don't make sense. Like, if you don't go see my movie, you hate women. But this is not what she's saying at all. Just to set it up, Variety did a piece on Promising Young Woman. And of course, they do their shill thing because of what the movie's about. But then this guy goes off and makes a comment about how Margot Robbie is the producer. And he makes a comment of how, due to this actress's age, it seems unlikely she could seduce guys in the way that the movie suggests. And at face value, at first I'm thinking about it. I'm like, is this a logical complaint? But then when you think of the context of what this guy is saying, he is basically saying that, because she's an older actress, that she can't portray this role right. And not only that, he goes on to say Margot Robbie should have been in the role. I mean, that's a double slap in the face. I mean, first of all, that has nothing to do with your critique of the movie. Like, I have no clue how that relates to what you're trying to say about the film. Like, if you try to say, oh, it's unrealistic because of this, this, and this, I can get behind you. But bringing someone's age and questioning their ability to act on a role because of their age, it's just ridiculous. And this is what critiquing has become. And I wanted to point this out because this isn't the first reviewer I've bashed on their review. You could see it with Battle Angel, Alita reviews and things like that. Dean Jacobs says, was it any good? I was going to watch. Dean, I'm going to tell you, I got a pre-teaser because I worked at the movies, and from what I have seen of the little clips that I got, it looks outstanding. I'm going to let you guys know tonight. I'm going to do a review as soon as me and my girlfriend get done seeing it. And I'll go live and I'll let you know. But from all accounts, it looks like a damn good movie. And being that the critics are saying what they're saying, I'm gonna go out and say it's good because anytime the critics make these stupid remarks, uh, the movie has been tremendous. So not all the time, but pretty much since 2016 with Ghostbusters. Anytime these critics talk, these assholes put their foot in their mouth daily. It's so fun to watch because these are the type of movies that get liked because a dumbass from Variety says some stupid shit like this, and people are like, well, I got to go and see this for myself. Hey, Jamie Vick, I don't doubt that, Jamie Vick, and it's really a dumb critique. Yeah, no, this is from Variety, Geekocidal Tendencies. This guy is from Variety magazine. Remember the magazine that used to have decent reviews? Those guys, they used to talk about entertainment. Yeah, this guy was from that shill magazine, and he wrote this big long piece, right? Uh, kind of in the middle review, and then he gets to that part, and I'm gonna read you guys the article. Um, Hold on a second. I'm just gonna switch over here to my Twitter and pull up my article. Oh my goodness, where is it? Here we go. And man, I hate. All right, so I got the article all pulled up. I'm gonna read it to you guys, and then you guys let me know. You guys let me know. Yeah, I agree with you, Wendy. Variety is a BS. Like the show, like the rest. I totally agree with you, Wendy. Very fair assessment. I'm gonna read you this article because it's hilarious. Because this guy came out and apologized to her, and you know what? Good for her. I think she deserved the apology based on the fucking stupid comment that this idiot says. But I'm gonna read this to you guys. It says, this is from the Wrap. It says Variety apologizes for insensitive language about Carrie Mulligan in Promising Young Woman review. The actress had called out Hollywood Trade's review for suggesting she wasn't hot enough for the role. Like, and look, I've seen pictures. She's a pretty good looking older woman. Like, I mean, I was just going to continue. This is so ridiculous. Variety has apologized for using insensitive language about Carrie Mulligan in its review of the new film Promising Young Woman. Variety sincerely apologizes to Carrie Mulligan and regrets the insensitive language and insinuation of our review of Promising Young Woman that minimalized her daring performance. Of course, they put their spin on it. The Hollywood Trade said in a statement Thursday morning, Mulligan called out Variety's review of her movie in a New York Times interview published Wednesday. She said she took issue with the reviewer fixating on her looks and comparing her to Margot Robbie, who produced the film. I read the Variety review because I'm a weak person, Mulligan told the Times, and I took issue with it. It felt like basically saying that I wasn't hot enough to pull off some kind of ruse. She added, it drove me crazy. I was like, really? For this film, you're going to write something that is so transparent now in 2020. I just can't believe it. In Promising Young Woman, Mulligan plays Cassie, a woman who seeks revenge against men who attempt to sleep with her when she's seemingly very drunk. The catch, as the men eventually learn, is she was never drunk in the first place, and she's even positioned, or they've even positioned themselves as nice guys. They were more interested in date rape than taking her home safely. The Variety review, written by Dennis Harvey, addressed Mulligan's casting in its final paragraph. Listen to this shit. It says, Mulligan, a fine actress, but seems an odd choice as admittedly many-layered apparent female fatale. Margot Robbie is the producer here, and one can perhaps too easily imagine that the role might have been intended for her, whereas the star Cassie wears pickup bait gear like a bad drag. Even her long blonde hair seems a put off. Mulligan appeared to cover the Variety early this month to promote the movie, which opens December 25th. So, yeah. Yes, thank you. I agree. She looks much better than Amber. And we'll get to some Amber news because I got some funny stuff with that. But just imagine that. Listen to those words, okay? They said she looks like she's dressing in drag. It's a put off. Like, really, Harvey, do you have some kind of thing for Margot Robbie? Like, that was such a ridiculous, asinine article, and I can see you guys agree. Um, it's so ridiculous that now we aren't going to judge people on their acting ability. And here's the irony. How many movies have we seen this year pushing females forward, right? Charlie's Angels and all this other shit that comes out. And they're this new progressive, right? Did you see the reviews for Charlie's Angels? There was one by Variety. I read that one. It was like, oh, they're so brave and bold, and the script just tackles, the male-dominated world with these strong female-centric characters. And on this review, they're like, oh, it's this actual story, that this actual thing people can connect to, and the thing they focus on is the lead actress's looks. It's like, you can't make this shit up. Like, like they claim progression, but that review was like an 80s review. Oh, don't worry about it, Wendy. I appreciate you dropping in. You go have fun on Christmas, Zod's got his holiday cheer. I got some Monster. If you guys been on the channel, I'm gonna drink my Monster and just shoot the shit with you. But you can go back through and watch my feelings on the Addams Family because there's been a development in that. But yeah, I mean, Dean Jacobs, I agree, says when they promote a female cast, I just don't care. I want solid stories, solid based female characters. Exactly. When I first saw this movie, a couple of things interest me. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right there with you. I got to go give my wonderful girlfriend a kiss. Hold on. Love you. All right. So, like I was saying, when you're promoting an all-female cast, right, you lose me because right there in your language, you have automatically segregated a portion of your base. You have automatically, to me, conveyed that this is a movie not made for me, okay? With your language. Thank you, Wendy. You take care. I appreciate you showing up here. But it's funny because they want to push this female empowerment, and with a movie like this, where I would think you would want to push something that has this kind of a message, and it's not targeted towards these evil men. I mean, I've read the synopsis. Clearly, Dean is interested in it. So how they present this subject matter to me seems a lot more tasteful. The director didn't come out and say, oh, this is going to put females first and stuff. They just made this movie. They gave us a fucking trailer, and guess what? People are interested in it. Now I'm reading the reviews because I go by, if the critics really like it, there might be some stuff in there that's pandering towards them. But I dig deeper into the story and everything, and it's like, this shallow asshole from this really just horrendous rag is only focused on her looks. And one could say this is the exact problem you guys claim we as fans have. Like, think about it. Star Wars, any of our franchises that we love, Marvel, DC, any of that. We are accused of being these gatekeeping trolls living in a basement, yada yada yada, don't have a girlfriend, we just hate powerful women kind of thing. But yet this asshole proves everything that is wrong with that industry that they project onto us. And it's simple. They are the problem. Their dogmatic, hedonistic views, their fantasy world that they live in, and they think that peddling this other garbage that they peddle every year, these other 20 movies that'll come out that'll be shit and have political messaging and all of this, casting and check boxes and stuff, they think that is somehow their charity. But inside, deep inside, this guy just proves what they all are: misogynistic assholes. This guy is the definition of a misogynistic asshole. I mean, really think about it. What is the first thing he quotes? What is the very first thing he puts in his article? Is how the actress looks, not how her performance is, not whether or not the story connected. It's that he feels the lead actress doesn't look good enough for the role. How fucked up is that? And it just makes me laugh because these other shows are eating variety alive. And it's just like them. See, this is the great thing about, everyone tells me, like with the piece they wrote with Johnny Depp, right? The THR bullshit hit piece. I said, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what they say about good, decent people, because here's the thing: that atmosphere can't last. These people are going to cannibalize themselves. We don't got to do nothing. We just got to bring it to light and show the true nature of these people. They do it themselves. They can't help it. This is who they are. This is who the journalism, objective journalistic integrity is dead. Objective screenwriting and objective film critiquing is dead. The days of Siskel and Niebuhr are done. Okay, the days of fair reporting died in 2016, and it's been a continuous death. And we can take comfort in knowing that eventually not even the most average moviegoer is going to take these fucking clowns seriously. Not when they're tearing their own articles apart. I have Jamie Vick who says, how is it that the actress we think is being the best are all and on the older side? I agree, Jamie Vick. I absolutely positively agree. And look, age doesn't make or break the performance. Okay, look, me and Stevie did a review, and you can check this out later on my channel. We did a review on Bombshell. It's under movie reviews, and we both enjoyed it. And I know what you're thinking, like, Bombshell, isn't that a... No, it's not an SJW thing at all. It was a real story. It really happens. I do remember the Richard Dale things. He was a piece of shit, and it very fairly told that story. But look here, Margot Robbie was in there, and I don't understand why. She was clearly just in there just because. She was just a normal person. She had nothing to do with the story whatsoever. If I had to grade the performances, I would say hers was the weakest because she essentially has nothing to do with the storyline. I mean, she's just like the normal perspective, okay? And I can understand what they were going for, but really it felt like if you cut all of her scenes out of the movie's exactly the same. The story is exactly the same. And that is the problem with these critics. They are so narrow-minded in their views and their opinions. Like, in their quest to find check boxes and social relevance and make sure everybody's being represented fairly, they forgot the most fundamental thing of critiquing. Something that I enjoy doing, the reason why me and Stevie like watching movies, it's for the story, it's for the characters, it's for how we connect to individuals. And I say good for her. That's why I highlighted this article. Good for you. Good for you, Carrie Mulligan. You should point it out. You should not be degraded because of your age when you put on a fuck of a performance. And I haven't seen the whole movie, but from the clips I've seen, from what I've been privy to, she does a great job. And to diminish her performance based on her looks is everything that these clowns claim they're against. And and it's funny, I had to point it out because I woke up Christmas morning and I'm looking for articles. I'm like, hey, I'll live stream with my friends, right? We'll talk together, guys, share some holiday cheer. And I'm looking for some good articles to present to you guys. And I'm like, holy shit, this is exactly the shit I've been talking about for years now, how these guys are critiquing. I mean, read a critique for Captain Marvel, right? And they don't talk about the movie. They talk about how great Brie Larson brings this, she brings that, right? But they don't give you specifics about the movie, okay? And that kind of thinking just bit them on the ass here. Because this guy clearly doesn't give a shit about the movie if this is what they choose to highlight, you know? He's like, oh, it's a older white woman doing a role of a victim. We can't have that because they can't be victims either. I mean, it it's horrendous. It's obnoxious. It is the thing that pisses me off about journalism today. It's the bottom of the barrel type of reviewing. And it's trending. It's the thing that younger kids are going to Google, and the first thing that they pop up, it's like, this asshole's review is going to be seen by everyone because he's got a blue check mark. They're verified. Who the fuck verified these guys? I want to know. Who verified these people and made them the know-all be-all for doing reviews? Who made these the people that I should listen to? Anyone? Anyone know? Because I can't for the life of me figure out who is giving these guys the free range, the license that's saying their reviews are so much more different than a Jeremy Johns or any of the other people that I watch who actually give me, facts on the movie and not whether or not the person looks good. This is why YouTubers who do reviews and like myself who bring you news and things like that, this is why we're getting more legitimacy, because these guys are delegitimizing themselves, and it's beautiful to watch. I'm just going to sit here and watch the fireworks because all of these fucking clown magazines are going to go down with the ship, and it's like the Titanic going into an iceberg, and I can't wait till that fucking crash and normal people wake up and they realize that these people right here are ridiculous, redundant assholes who don't deserve their press badge that they got around their neck. Dean Jacobs says, if you've watched the movie, show you're a critic / reviewer. Exactly. I agree. If you've actually watched the movie, you should critique the movie on the merits of the film. How was the story? How was the pacing? Yes, you do have to talk about the actors and how they perform it, but their age shouldn't be a factor into it. I mean, you got Susan Sarandon, you've got Goldie Hawn, all of these other older actors or actresses, the Robert De Niro's, Al Pacino's, things like that, who have been older and put on great performances. It's just, Hollywood is just so ass backwards. So anyways, I wanted to get into my next article, which is going to be on, apparently the media is fighting back. There has been talks that Johnny Depp and Tim Burton are working on the new Addams Family. And us as a community have been excited about this. But now the media is combating back. They are spinning this rumor that everybody wants Pedro Pascal. And I read this morning and I said, who the fuck came online and said they wanted Pedro Pascal? Look, I watched The Mandalorian. I thoroughly enjoyed it. In Wonder Woman 1984, he was probably the best part of that movie, and I'll be making a critique on that. But, and I guess I could see it, but I feel like Pedro Pascal's name was thrown into this because people want Johnny Depp. And the media is on this spin cycle to try to take away any credit or roles that this man will get. So automatically they want to throw another hat they want to throw another person into the mix to pull the focus off. So who's the hottest thing right now? Who's in everything right now? Oh, Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal's a somewhat, Hispanic guy, right? He could do Gomez. And look, if you followed the original Adams Family guy was a white dude. Okay, it was made famous by the awesome performance of his name always eludes me, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Shit, why can't I think about it? I was just watching Street Fighter the other day. If you guys know who I'm thinking of, go ahead and let me know in the comments. But I believe it's uh, Raul Julian. He tragically died of cancer, but he made the movies quite popular. He did an amazing performance, but now in their minds, they need a Hispanic actor to do Gomez. And the character wasn't even written that way. What the fuck is up with these guys? Like, this is ridiculous. Thank you. Chris Pratt, Voight. Yep, I agree. I love Chris Pratt and John Voight. They've been attacked for years now. But it's like they pulled this out of their ass and they make it sound like there's a huge fan outcry for this. So I'm going to read you the article from, of course, the most reliable source in the world, but it's been in several other journalisms because they all source from each other. We got this covered. They talk about how the internet is just crying out for Pedro Pascal to be Adam Gomez. So let me just go down here. Where is it? There we go. All right. So apparently, according to sources from the Times and that we got this covered as citing, the internet wants Pedro Pascal as Adam Gomez in Tim Burton's Adam Family. Now, this is funny to me before I keep on reading this, because no one that I have seen has said they wanted fucking Pedro Pascal as Adam Gomez. This literally was floated out of nowhere. I run in these circles. If anyone remembers going, hey, you know what? The Mandalorian would make a great fucking Adam Gomez. Please feel free to let me know. But I did not imagine. And Dean, I agree with you. Tim Burton won't allow it. I hear he's very hard to work with. But anyways, Tim Burton and the Addams Family is an incredibly obvious combination that makes complete sense. I agree so far. So it didn't come as much a surprise when the filmmaker, renowned for his gothic aesthetic, became attached to the small screen reboot of the property. The titular clan have been the subject of countless adaptations, such as making their print debut in 1938, Jesus Christ. But something about Burton's style makes his in-development series an exciting prospect, regardless of how many times we've seen the characters before. And I agree, this is perfect for Burton. The Addams Family doesn't have an official home yet, but the last heard, and this has been confirmed by a couple of other sources, was that Netflix were putting together a lucrative offer to have Burton set up shop on their platform. Illuminations Entertainment and Universal are currently holding the rights, but they're focusing on animated expansion of the brand, with the sequel to the surprise 2018 box office hit set to hit theaters in October. Johnny Depp was inevitably named as a frontrunner to play the patriarch Gomez, given his long association with Burton. But the actor's most recent setbacks may have had damaging effects on his immediate career prospects. Fuck you. Oscar Isaacs was also touted as a potential contender, but fans are not throwing their support behind. But fans are now throwing their support behind Pedro Pascal. So according to a couple of stupid people they got here off of Twitter, there's a small group saying, "Oh, wouldn't Pedro Pascal be great as Adam Gomez because he doesn't have enough shit going on." Uh, Depp and Isaac are fantastic actors in their own right, and each of them would bring something distinctively different to the character of Gomez. And though Tim Burton might not have a track record of collaborating with many of the same names on a regular basis, with the Addams family still a long way away from being produced uh, or beginning production, never mind hitting the small screen, we might not be hearing official casting for a while. So, yeah, yeah. That's what I got. This writer, and the person from the Times who floated this bullshit, they want Pedro Pascal to be Adam Gomez. This is media spin again. And you notice how they're always bringing up the fact that, well, because of Johnny Depp's current situation, and it's like, oh, you mean that case where there's no proof that he did anything, and the corrupt um, verdict from the UK? You mean that one from a guy who clearly had bias? What up, Gary North? Merry Christmas. You know, they're floating different names. First of all, Oscar Isaacs, I have mixed feelings. Because of Star Wars, not a huge fan. Other stuff, he's been all right. But Adam Gomez, I don't see it. Now, Pedro Pascal, could he do it? Maybe. Do I want him to? No. To me, looking at like those renderings of Johnny Depp in that role, he would just be phenomenal. Isaac, yeah, for Snake. That is going to be horrible, my friend. I don't even want to think about that. Apo, nice to see you, and welcome. But yeah, we're just talking about how the shills claim that all of us want Pedro Pascal to be in the new Addams family, the Tim Burton Addams family that's coming to one of the small screens. But really, people have all been talking about Johnny Depp, and originally, even Burton and Depp are said to be in talks about this. They've been talking back and forth because Burton has done many collaborations with Depp. I think it would make the most sense. I think this is a character that would fit Depp well. I think he would bring something interesting to this role. And also, they're in talks with my favorite girl, Eva Green, as well to play Morticia. And I was just thinking of that combo, Eva Green and Johnny Depp. That I don't know why, but that to me really feels like a winning team. Like I could really get behind that. I think in the end, if it does go to Netflix, Netflix really doesn't give a shit about the tabloid bullshit or these rumors. Okay, they've had actors on their platforms that were under fire for a lot of stuff. They had Kevin Costner do an amazing movie there. It was one of their number one films forever. They don't care typically about that stuff. They care about getting those subscriptions. And I think the best way to get those people to subscribe, especially given the current herd depth situation, would be for them to go and make this happen. It would show they don't give a shit about this lack of evidence and garbage that's been going on with this case, that they care about making a good product that clearly fans want. And when you make something, and you acknowledge people, guess what? They come to your platform. They subscribe to your streaming service. They want to give you their money. You know why? Because we're consumers, and when a consumer gets what they want, then they are more likely to consume that product. I mean, somewhere along the line, these people forgot the basic fundamentals of how business works. It's a consumer market. If you give the people what they want, then you'll get their money and they'll be happy because it's an exchange of goods. And Hollywood apparently just doesn't like making money anymore. They sure as shit like pissing people off, but they don't like it to make the money anymore because they want to put the message above the money. That's what this is all about. You know, there was no one asking for Pedro Pascal to be Adam Gomez. I've not fucking seen any of these things. This is all the writings of journalists who don't want, they want to get behind Heard's corner. They want to keep on torpedoing Depp. And it's really disgusting. It's sickening. It's disgusting. And it's why all of these guys are fucking jokes. Just like the last article I read about Promising Young Woman, these guys are being shown for their true colors, and that's they have no integrity and they have no sway. Okay? Dean Jacobs said, "Did you hear that? Eva Green is one of the most beautiful women on the planet. Am I even allowed to say that?" No, I agree. I agree with you. In James Bond and Sin City, yeah, man. Penny Dreadful, I followed her for quite some time. But yeah, I've heard rumors. I actually did a story on Late Night Talks with PB about this, how they were talking with both Eva Green and Johnny Depp, and if I remember correctly, Tim Burton has done stuff with Eva Green, so he knows who she is. I think putting them together would make sense. Jamie Vick said, "This is the only time I can think of when someone's personal life is affecting his acting career. I think about it. Robert Downey Jr. went to jail and he got out and started working." Exactly. Thank you, Jamie Vick. I brought this point up, okay? And go check out the stream I did with Rob Rules, because I mentioned this factor, because he brings up the part in this deposition about how they mention Johnny Depp's drug and alcohol abuse. And I countered that with saying, so fucking what? Are you kidding me? How many Hollywood actors and actresses have had tons of chance? Lindsay Lohan, Jesus Christ, that is a candidate for AA or poster girl if I've ever seen one, okay? She had numerous chances and screwed up her own opportunities, but Hollywood gave her a chance several times, okay? Kiefer Sutherland, Downey Jr., I mean, and you know what? Robert has come in defense of Johnny Depp, saying like, yeah, man, I drank it. You know, it's the lifestyle. It's what we do. Doesn't make it right. But when you have that much money, you do shit like that. I mean, it's their lifestyle. I mean, you could say it for rock stars, rappers, R&B artists. I mean, entertainment in general has cultivated this kind of a culture. And it's fine when they're making the greatest movies, the best albums, things like that. But the minute something happens or the minute it comes into public eye, then they're attacking and trying to tear people down. And look, the good works that he's done across the years have just been forgotten about. The charities, the donations, the going to see sick cancer patients and dressing up like Jack Sparrow and brightening someone who you know, is terminally ill, brightening up their day. This shit gets forgotten about because of what? This bitch who claims something that isn't true? Really? Because of someone who has no evidence, but because we live in a 2020 Me Too era where they're working it backwards and they hijack this movement. It's believe women first. So this person who clearly is crazy, like that crazy ex, and y'all know who I'm talking about. We've had him from time to time, right? She's the dangerous crazy ex, because she actually has a platform with these bunch of idiots endorsing her. And it's really sad. It's really sad because for me, this whole discussion and why I've gotten involved with this Johnny Depp movement is because there's a very dangerous precedent that you can come with no evidence, no proof, and destroy someone's life. And that the law that's supposed to be blind, that's supposed to give us all justice, it could be brought, it could be paid for, it could be manipulated. And look, I know it can be. We've seen it throughout history. But I still got to believe at the end of the day that if I go to court or if I go and face off against someone, their gender or who they are, how much money they have is left outside the door. Because the simple truth of the matter is that the justice, that fucking lady you see when you walk into a courtroom or a courthouse or one of those big luxurious courtrooms, right? The lady in the center with the blindfold and the scales of justice. Justice is blind. Okay, it doesn't care about this rudimental bullshit. It's supposed to be about facts and proof, evidence, and it saddens me. Matthew Broderick, yeah, Matthew Broderick killed 2 people and paid $170. I remember that, man. Matthew Broderick's career took a hit after that too. I mean, that man literally killed people and got away with it. I mean, it's just disgusting the state that we're in. And that actually brings me to my third and final topic, which is, of course, the queen of the world, the greatest ever, the bestest, Amber Heard. I wanted to talk about the promotion they did for The Stand. And look, I've watched The Stand, and I'm going to bring you guys a review of it. The Stand has more problems than Amber Heard. For me, The Stand's problems happen before Amber Heard is even introduced. It starts with the writing and stuff. And I know there's a rumor, the character of not Lenny, who was it? The guitar player. Help me out if you guys know, because it's still a little bit early. But they said they swapped him out. But look, in the original story, I believe he was a jazz player. So I think they just swapped back. That wasn't my issue. My issue with this show is the storytelling, and I feel like it's lost something from the 90s. It's too clean. And what I mean is, it's got this thing that CBS does when they shoot all their shows, and they're very clean, and the aesthetics are very bright. And it takes away from a show like The Stand, because the show like The Stand is supposed to be gritty and dirty, and you're in this world of post-apocalypse where Captain Trips has just annihilated everything. And it doesn't set everything up like the original. And I've read the book several times, the extended novel, the unabridged version. Trust me, Jesus Christ, this thing is long. It's like compacting all of Lord of the Rings into one book. I mean, it's about like that thick. All right, I have my shit packed, but I'd show you my copy. So I'm a huge fan of Stephen King. I've been following him for years. Every one of his works, even under Richard Beekman, I've followed all of his stuff. The Stand is his most iconic. And they've chosen to leave things out and tell the story out of order. And I think the problem with The Stand, besides hiring Amber Heard, is that it is woefully miscasted. And that the way that they chose to tell the story is very jarring. And even if you've read the book and understand what's going on, it's confusing as shit, because there's multiple time jumps, there's multiple location jumps. And I mean, probably the 2 best in this show is Alexander Skarsgård and Whoopi Goldberg. I never thought I'd fucking say that again, but Whoopi Goldberg as Mother Abigail, she nails it. Like, like her voice. I went back to the 1994 movie. Her voice sounds just like the original. Like it's fucking eerie. Like Whoopi's on point. She plays the role good, but unfortunately, the rest of the cast, uh, it feels like they're directionless, and some people work, some people don't. But my point is that Amber Heard creates this video, something like "Stand Together" or something like that, dude, and this thing immediately gets bombed. Like, holy shit, dude! Brie Larson pissed off a lot of people, and when they were doing the reviews and things like that, she got a lot of hate. But oh my God, in comparison, I have never seen so many dislikes for a video in my life. I think it was up to 712,000 dislikes. It was astronomical. And I watched the video, and it was in reference to the stand, and then she went on her bullshit supporting each other through these tough times and stuff like that. And I'm just watching this, and I go, I can see why people are pissed off. Who are you to tell us we need to stand together? You're sitting here supposedly giving this positive message because all these fucking idiots are giving you a platform to talk on. You're giving this supposed positive message, and here you are tearing someone down whilst you're filming this. Really? I mean, you couldn't pick any other cast member? What about James Marsden? I like James Marsden. Sonic was great. Why the fuck is Amber Heard the one telling us to stand together? Does anyone realize the irony that this video the irony of all of the cast members, CBS could have chose to film this bullshit plug. And you got a decent amount of cast. You could have picked anybody in this cast to promote this stand together message, to promote your show. You put one of the most hated people right now. I want to say hated in the world right now. This is the person. But I don't even know what the fuck to say, guys. I don't know what to say to how stupid the thought process is that in a video that's supposed to be encouraging, uplifting, supposed to lift your spirits, right? You're supposed to feel good watching this, right? We're all in this together. We got the stand coming out, and we need to stand together and help uplift each other through these tough times. They pick fucking Amber Heard. Why? Who in the marketing department? Okay, who in the marketing department saw this bullshit video and they said, you know what? This is the one, guys. This is the take. This is the thing that's gonna get millions of people to click this fucking video and be excited about. This is the person that they want to see during a shitty situation represent them. I mean, this I don't even know what to say. This is exactly, and it swings me back to the whole point of this Christmas stream. This is exactly the bullshit that has people so infuriated right now, is the fact that no one, as my good friend Stevie J Review would say, and I'm sorry, Stevie, but I'm going to rip you off for a second. No one is feeling the temperature of the room right now. There's a push. There's a push to back Amber. And I want to hit you guys with some facts as far as that goes, because being on Rob Rules' channel, he illuminated me to some new stuff I had no idea that was going on, which was that Johnny is getting close to overturning this decision in the UK. Now, I want you guys to imagine something. Just imagine for a second. If Johnny overturns what happened in the UK and he gets a fair trial and wins that trial, and then comes to the US and wins the Virginia court case, What the fuck are these clowns in the media going to do? I mean, really, what is the spin for them? What do they have prepared? Are they going to come out and apologize? Fuck no. These guys don't apologize for nothing. They will not apologize whatsoever. But I want to know, I am so curious, if any of you fucking shills ever come across my channel, honestly, leave me a comment. Let me know what your explanation is going to be for destroying a man for going on a good couple of years now. I want to know. You guys going to come out and apologize? You're going to retract your statements? THR, you going to retract that bullshit front page cover you gave that massive hit piece that you made on Depp? Yeah, they're just going to ignore the story. I agree with you, Jamie Vick. Jamie Vick says they want people to think that everything is okay and there's nothing wrong going on. I absolutely agree. And you know what? First off, I appreciate everyone who's subscribed to me. You know, I've joined this Johnny Depp thing not for the subs, but if you've been following me for a while now, or you're just going on my channel, I've been an advocate for something that I feel Johnny represents that's really important. That bringing to light Hollywood destroying decent actors that we need. And I talked with this with my dad, and I've come to a strong conclusion that Hollywood wants to get rid of good legacy actors because they're too expensive. Yes, folks, just think about it. Now, I'm not putting on my tinfoil hat, but just think about the people they've gone after. Jon Voight, Kevin Costner, Chris Pratt, Johnny Depp, numerous other actors they've slowly been getting rid of. And Clint Eastwood, they've been attacking for years. And why is this? Because these new young actors and actresses that are coming up, they're programmable. They're idiots. And best of all, they don't have to pay them shit to be in a movie because they're not established. They don't have that experience, right? Would you rather pay for a Robert Downey Jr. or a fucking Evans? I mean, think about it. Which one is going to have a cheaper asking price? Even after Avengers, right? Downey Jr. is a legacy actor. And see, this comes to more than just destroying Johnny Depp just because it's the new Me Too thing to do. I honestly believe this is Hollywood's way of trying to get rid of the decent, moral actors that it has, the people who won't fall in line and they won't get on the program, they won't get with the narrative. So they find any little thing they can and they try to attack them. I mean, I covered this with Chris Pratt. I mean, you know, I've covered this. Yeah, Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro, let me tell you about Robert De Niro. You want to know why Robert De Niro's still getting work? Look at all of the stupid shit he says and his vicious attacks that he does, his very hateful, negative comments that he makes. That's the kind of stuff that Hollywood wants. They want someone who's going to be behind the program, right? And look, this has nothing to do with politics. I don't give a shit what any people follow, but Hollywood does. They care because it's about the narrative. It's about pushing the agendas and destroying good shit so they can push their own message. And make no mistake, folks, these new movies are not geared towards us. You think fucking Fast and the Furious 19 is geared towards you and me? It's not. None of this stuff is geared towards us. It's geared towards something that scares the shit out of me, and it should if you guys are parents. It scares the shit out of me. It's geared towards our kids. It's geared towards the younger generation. It's actually quite brilliant when you think about it. They want to get the young kids. And welcome, Dark Knight of Thorns, who says, that's an interesting perspective. I never viewed it from the eyes of how much the guy costs. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. If you, every movie that's being made right now, right? What? Starting price 250 million to 150 million to 250 million, right? Boom. Special effects, production, whatever else. Now you have to include the actors and actresses, right? Maybe you have to get licensing fees for whatever you're adapting. So now you need to get someone to get in those roles. Now, what you could do is you could get someone like Robert Downey Jr. or Johnny Depp or one of these really big actors, right? And pay out of your ass. And most of these guys have built into their contracts that they get paid up front. So if you shoot the movie or not, it doesn't matter. They get their fee, which is smart business, right? If you've been doing this for years, you should get paid up front. Especially Corona proved that, right? So you have these guys who have these built-in contracts, right? And now studios are looking at it, but yet you have new people coming up, right? You have your Jennifer Lawrences and all these other younger actresses. Now, these are new, fresh faces, right? They just want to get out there. In a sense, they might be a little bit more hungry. They might be willing to take less of a cut. So who do you pay? Do you pay the legacy actress who's got that built-in guaranteed contract that you know you have to shell out money to them? Or why not pay the younger or less experienced actor and actress? Why not pay the person who's been doing television shows and they're just so excited to get into a Universal Productions that they don't give a shit about the contract you're offering them? But how do you do that? Because then you're going to have your old school actors going, hey, this isn't right, right? They're going to come out of the woodwork. So what do you got to do if you're Hollywood? You got to get rid of those guys. You got to push out those guys, those legacy good actors who bled for this industry, who gave up families, who acted for next to nothing to establish who they are. I mean, fucking Clint Eastwood has been in Hollywood since before I was born. Okay? These guys built this fucking industry and they treat them like second rate garbage now. And I honestly, truly don't even feel it's for what their political beliefs is or religious beliefs or whatever nonsense the media decides to make up. I think it's because COVID changed everything. And I'm a product of that. I mean, look, I'm in a hotel. I mean, it is a real thing, but it forced the industry into panic mode. And what they needed to do was reassess. Look at the merger with Warner Bros. Streaming their movies and releasing them. I worked in the theater. Do you know how much fucking money they're taking from the theater? And you know what? Fuck the production company. I'm not even talking about them. Let's talk about me or or a friend of mine who works there. I'll call her X or Bitchy Unicorn. All of the workers at the theater. We depend on the concessions. We depend on people showing up and giving support. And what Hollywood has done by doing this bullshit is they have hurt us, the worker. Because I consider Hollywood like Mount Olympus, right? They make all of the shit and it trickles down and it comes down to the theaters. They are fucking over so many people. And look, I love streaming as much as the next guy, but there's a real reality that they're putting the theater itself out of business just to push their movies. And now they are even putting the actors, actresses, and directors out of business. Look at legacy directors getting hit by this. Nolan, Cameron. I mean, good directors, right? Even Patty Jenkins got she got compensation for that. But I mean, these guys just said, fuck them. We need to make our money back. But here's the thing. It makes no sense because streaming doesn't equate the same way as theater profits do. Theater profits take in both domestic and foreign currency, right? And both of those make up your overarching gross to what the total will be for a film, right? So there's certain markets and demographics that up how much a movie is going to make. And when you take that out of the equation and you just put in streaming numbers, streaming is not calculated the same. We don't know exactly what the numbers are. We don't know exactly how much profit they make. We don't know exactly if their profit is based off of how many views versus how many subscribers. Nobody knows because they don't release those fucking numbers. So here's the problem that you faced with. When you take away the theater, which has tangible returns and a tangible metric for telling you how well something has done, it becomes a complete shit show. No one knows nothing. And this swings me back around to why they want to get rid of actors and actresses in Hollywood. Look at what they're doing with the de-aging process. Are you telling me it's out of the realm of possibilities if they go streaming to just replace people altogether? That they just can't make CGI movies now? Do they really need the actor? And this should worry actors and actresses, because if Hollywood finds out you're replaceable, fuck who you are, no one's going to get a job. I mean, really think about it. How many movies have been completely made of CGI and actually done decently? I watched a Netflix movie with my daughter about this robot or something. I forgot the name of it, but it was really good. It was about this robot, and this girl lost her father, and she was angry, and the robot escaped from these people, that whole shtick. And I'm watching this going, holy shit. It dawned on me, you don't need an actor anymore. You could just have a voice. You can have a voice and a different kind of character, and all you're paying for is about 2-3 hours of voice work. That's scary. That is a scary concept. And here's the funny thing about all these selfish actors and actresses out there. They don't even see it. Like the ones bitching about it right now, they're seasoned. They see the writing on the wall. They see where this is going. But the Amber Heards and the Brie Larsons and the Jennifer Lawrences and all these other shallow and pedantic actresses and actors, they don't see what's really going on here. Hollywood does not want to pay you your premiums. They are looking for ways to cut out the human factor. If I'm wrong, you can let me know, but it's pretty scary when you think about it. When you really watch everything that's presented, go watch Netflix. Even Korean movies are getting more traction. I'm going to give you guys a review on Sweet Home, but honestly, one of the best fucking shows I've seen in a long time. And it was done in Korea and shot for fucking nothing with actors and actresses I'd never heard of. The money looked like they went more towards the show budget than the actors or the actresses. And that's not to say they don't give good performances, because I don't know who they are, but they give fantastic performances. Like, hit me in the heartstrings in a couple of parts. But just think about that. You can get a no-name actor and actress. You can fucking outsource your movie to a different country and virtually pay nothing. And then just focus on the art and still get the same amount of people. I know, Wendy, it's scary. Think about it. If you cut out the actor or the actress, now you're making shit for free and people are consuming it. And this, to me, is what's going on with destroying these actors and actresses. It's what I've wanted to cover on my channel. I want to go just beyond Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I want to show you guys this is a ripple effect across the industry, and it impacts us, because with our kids and other people saying that they really are endorsing this shit, it's going to put in their minds that we don't want good content. We're happy with this mediocrity, with this soulless fucking corpse that they present to us. This is what we want from film. That's what we say when we let shit like this go. That we're happy with them destroying things and people we grew up with. And this garbage, this corpse you present to me, this is the fucking entertainment I want. No, that's not what I want. I grew up with Kevin Costner with Clint Eastwood, with movies like Shane and Road to El Dorado and The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Bonnie and Clyde. I grew up with fucking movies. Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Clockwork Orange, Jacob's Ladder. I could keep on going. I grew up with cinema, with things that made me feel. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Fear of Living in Vegas. I mean, I grew up with things that have substance, that have a story, that connect to me, and for an hour and a half or 2 hours, I can just escape life's shitty reality and just immerse myself and watch someone perform these great. This shit is since the caveman days. We've been moved by pictures and images and people putting on plays and shows. This is the heart of what entertainment is. Not the bullshit articles, not the attacking and nonsense that they do, not the calling us the fans trolls and morons and things like that. And welcome Kit Fisto, who says Disney Plus will be adding adult content soon. Yeah, I believe it. Playing pretend should earn you 10 of millions. Shouldn't earn you tens of millions. I agree. I have some conflicted thoughts. I think that if you're in a movie like Gangs of New York, fuck, man, you do deserve whatever you got for doing something like that. But if you're in a movie like Captain Marvel, yeah, that's where I sit. You know, Wendy says, yeah, I get why you would want to talk about this awful scenario. It's so toxic and maddening. Yeah, because here's the thing. For me, this thing with Johnny Depp is multi-layered. I talk about stuff with the WWE, and if you guys don't know, the WWE has been abusing young boys for years or letting people in their employ do it. Not to mention also underage working. And when I came on Stevie's and I talked with him about this, and it made me realize how important it is because this is about victims. This is about victims in this industry. This is about people who have had bad shit happen to them. This actually is a legitimately important fight to take up because it's about far more than just celebrity status. We've seen celebrities go at it for years now. But this is important because it's the marginalization of a gender based upon the fact that they are a certain gender. And that it's saying that this horrible thing can't transcend male or female. That it's, oh, if you're a male, you're automatically guilty. Or, oh, if you're a female, you're lying. And it's sad because at the end of the day, the thing that I feel for the most is the victims that will be marginalized and put to the side because of someone misrepresenting them. The most damaging thing about this is we all know Amber Heard's full of shit. But when it comes out, she's lying. This is far more devastating than I think Hollywood realizes because this sets back women who have legitimate shit happening to them right now because some dumb trollop decided she was going to claim something that wasn't true. And that is just horrible. It's horrible. It really pisses me off that someone dare take up a cause this serious and they're not even a fucking victim. I mean, just think about it. It's as if you want to stay relevant and you not only destroy one person's career, but you also marginalize a whole group of people's fight. That is fucked up on so many levels. I can't even go into how messed up it is for you to hijack a cause for your own selfish, petty greed. It wasn't enough that you rode the coattails to get where you're at right now. You couldn't be happy with that. But you had to hijack and spit in the fucking face of all of those poor, innocent victims, and then have the nerve to fucking pimp out your services to other people claiming you're this victim. I mean, that's fucking disgusting. I mean, just think about someone claiming to know to do something and giving you a service, and they're speaking on shit that they probably read or they know someone, but they've never actually been through themselves. And they're talking to a group of people who are looking for hope and they're looking for reassurances. And they think that this person legitimately gives a shit about their plight. And at the end of the day, it's about fucking money. You fucking devious, manipulative piece of shit. Who the fuck are you? That's what I gotta say. And I don't say this on everyone else's channel because I like to keep it respectful. But on my channel, you're gonna get the real deal here. And I'm just gonna say it. Amber, who the fuck are you, Amber? Who the fuck are you to do this? You know what's really frustrating? What really just pisses me off about this whole thing is those people who think, who get swindled into these fucking engagements. My God, I hope no one set this bullshit up. But those charity engagements, right? Paying her, which why the fuck should you be paid to talk to abuse victims? I don't understand that concept. You should be doing that shit for free, especially if you supposedly went through this. But the thing that pisses me off is the people who will pay to go to that, thinking that they're seeing someone who understands what they've been through. And it's just a fucking cash grab. It's disgusting. And is any of this money going to go to charity? Well, we've seen the receipts. No, she didn't even fuck about giving to charity because she probably is in debt, from what I heard. Heard. Anyways, it's disgusting. It's the worst kind of exploration. Look, I did some work with battered and abused victims in the shelters. I did my community service with them. And when I was younger, and I went with one of my exes to these homes, and I've talked with them, and the stories you hear, they're horrendous. And the fact that someone can claim to be this fucking pisses me off, because I've looked into those people's eyes and I've seen the horrendous shit that was done to them, losing their houses, people beating the shit out of them, and this look of being broken and needing a fucking break, needing inspiration. The fact that they even have the will to get help, that goes to the strength of what these people have gone through. And to watch someone purely exploit that is the biggest thing that pisses me off about the whole thing. Destroying a man's career is within itself a nasty, vindictive, bitch thing to do. But I think the worst thing is to claim that you understand. Like, just fucking imagine that you go into a room with these people who need fucking hope. You're supposed to be that speaker who says, yeah, I survived it, and don't worry, you're going to get through it. But you're not. You're fucking faking it. Are you kidding me? It's an insult. And the other thing that pisses me off is the media is willing to get behind this. And make no mistake, it's Amber Heard's takeaway interview. Yeah, that was disgusting. But I mean, the thing that disgusts me is the media knows the same things we do. They know it. They're not stupid. I mean, they write stupid, but they have the same evidence we do. And they willingly and knowingly ignore it. And this also pisses me off because look, say what you want to, but when I was growing up, to me, the media and the oath they took was a sacred thing. The news was sacred because there was a time where they fought for what was right, what was just. They brought us corruption up, and they didn't care about, who was right or wrong. It was facts, and they wanted us people to know the fucking truth, and now they don't do it. It's like taking the Hippocratic Oath as a doctor and then letting your fucking patients die because you don't like their views. And it angers me. It just, it frustrates me because I used to hold it as a sacred thing. I used to hold it in such regard and esteem because if you guys are going out to the masses, the people who don't follow entertainment like us, and you're telling a normie or someone who just normally follows it on the news that this person is this, this, and this, but you're basing it on a fucking lie, shame on you. Shame on you. How do you sleep at night knowing all of the facts we know and choosing to report them with lies and double talk? It's disgusting. It's absolutely horrendous. It hurts my heart and soul how journalism has died. Because I have a daughter. Where do our kids go for actual fucking truth? Where do they go for facts anymore? Where do they go to be what we want them to be, to explore, to make up their own minds, to get, I tell my daughter all the time, I go, honey, don't just listen to one source. You source everything and you make a conscious and clear decision based on all of the facts. But when 20,000 people have fucked up and wrong facts, where do our children go? Where do they go for non-biased, objective reporting? For giving them the truth they fucking deserve. It's scary. It's scary because now they're going to hate someone and not even know the truth unless they dig like we do. That's why what we do is important, folks. That's why what we say here now is important. I'm going to go back and read some of these comments. I'm sorry. When I get into a passionate rant, sometimes I lose myself. But it says, Wendy says that is the reason why so many people are behind Johnny, and not because he is a famous actor, but because he is a victim. Facts. And Jamie Vick says, there is a line, a Loretta Lynn song that fits Amber perfectly. It's women like you, they're a dime a dozen. You can buy them anywhere. I absolutely agree. And this is why I decided to talk about this because, look, I don't do this shit just for the clicks. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't like, yeah, I like being up there. But I do this, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm fucking passionate about it. And that's why if I have to swear, I swear. If I feel a certain way, I feel a certain way. My face gets red because I legitimately care, because I'm a father. I have a daughter. I'm a soon-to-be husband. I'm a worker. I'm like you guys. All of you fine folks. Everybody on Stevie's, everybody here. I'm like you guys. And where can we turn when what's supposed to be objective, what's supposed to be giving us truth, just force feeds us lies? Where can we turn to? Where can we tell our kids to go to where every facet of this corrupt, fucked up media spin cycle is just churning out the same nonsense channel to channel, article to article, web page to web page? It forces our kids into this situation where they have to think and they have to be even more astute than we ever were. Remember the good old days? Look, let me take you back. I grew up in New York. Let me take you back to a time where you pay a quarter and you get yourself a paper, right? And you go to your diner and you'd eat it. Eat a Danish, maybe, croissant. Nah, fuck that. I'd eat bagels all the way. But you go and you get yourself a paper, you get yourself a cup of coffee, and you eat a bagel, and you'd see what was going on, right? I mean, you were talking about a apparatus that brought down corruption within the Catholic Church, horrendous shit that was happening. You're talking about an apparatus that used to mean something, that used to give a shit about us, the people, and about giving us truth. And they've completely forsaken that. They've sold their souls for what? Fucking press passes? They've given up their integrity. They've given up what they started believing in. For what? So they can talk to Disney? They can talk to Universal? They can be bullshitted on, maybe for 5 seconds. They can feel like they're fucking important. How is giving up the truth and what is supposed to be justice, how is that an equivalent exchange? Tell me, I mean, how do you sleep destroying people and spinning out lies and disinformation 24/7? I mean, you can go with anything. Politics, a basic fucking news story. Click 3 different channels. Go to your TV, click on the news, and click 3 different people, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, whoever, right? You will literally get the same story with fucking 3 different spins. And it used to not be that way. Maybe one station had a little bit more information than another, but the story never changed. What was the facts were the fucking facts. That did not change across what the story they were telling. Maybe you had a different flavor. Maybe you had your favorite, news commentary people who had their different little spin, and you liked it a little bit differently than the other guy, but the fucking facts never changed. And now what do we got? You are literally attacked depending on where you fall. You're called horrendous names because of a cause you believe in. Because you, as a clear-minded individual, you don't like the bullshit they're peddling. You might not even politically feel the same way. Look, I've had people in all stretches of life, politics, everything come across my channel. And we're not united for what they personally... Look, I don't give a shit what you personally believe in. Those are your personal beliefs. But these things right here, these are the things that govern us together, that unify us. And Hollywood and the media shills, they're destroying or trying to destroy the fabric of what it is to be unified. They're literally trying to tear apart the unification that brings people together. That's why we're all pissed. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dean. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And Geekicidal, yeah, I know. Name calling was punishable by death these days. Geekicidal, it's a sad state of affairs when we can't just not like something just because it fucking sucks. We can't just get behind someone because we see that the other person is the fucking devil. Okay? Like, we can't get an actual true person investigating these objectively. They will not give this man his due until he has been proven his case. And here's the funny part, people. Here's the thing swinging back to justice again. Proven innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. That's what the fucking law used to mean. Innocent until proven fucking guilty. That is what society is fucking built on. But the media has put it backwards now. You are guilty until you prove your innocence to us. If I was Johnny Depp, fuck proving to these kangaroo court motherfuckers that I'm innocent. Why do I have to prove I'm innocent? I should be innocent until there's facts proving that I am guilty. And you know, when they say, oh, but this libel case, right? And they give you half the facts. That wasn't a case to prove. That was a case of slander. And he should have fucking slandered them because that case should have been won. Look, taking out whether or not he's this or he's that, they had no right to put labels on somebody before the facts. That is an easy win because it is fucking slander if you print something that has no tangible evidence. And within that article is no fucking tangible evidence to prove one way or the other. So if you're just writing a piece, my goodness. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I froze up for a second. If you're just writing a piece that is an ops piece that's supposed to be just telling the story, then you are slandering someone if you come out and just call them a wife beater. That is you taking a side. It's not you telling a perspective of a story. It's you clearly siding one way or the other. And Dean Jacobs brings up, you know what frustrates me the most is that I can't accidentally call Ellen Page, without a room to adapt, immediately ostracized. Exactly. That's what this whole thing is about for me, people. I want justice for Johnny, and I want justice for all of these people being destroyed under this fucking mythical cause that they've taken up. This onslaught of attacking people and things that we enjoy as an audience. Is it too much to ask that I can have my heroes, that I can have my shit I grew up with not touched and not bastardized and repackaged and repurposed? Is that too much to fucking ask? Can I just not enjoy the things I grew up with? But anyways, you know what? I love the fact I had 12 people listening. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. You know, I go off on a tangent, but I want to give you guys some context to what I'm about. If you're new and you're just coming to this channel, I want you guys to know that this, for me, as far as it goes, and I appreciate being invited to Rob Rules and doing stuff with Stevie J, and hopefully I can do stuff with other people in the community and give them my saucy opinion. I just want you guys to know, here on this channel personally, for me, this fight is about justice for Johnny, and it's also about justice for everybody caught underneath the weight of this bullshit. And for me, Johnny Depp's fight is really important because of the fact that if he wins, he is an actor who goes against the narrative and hopefully spurs other actors who get the shit deal to come out and be like, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this either. Because if they do, this here proves that people are willing to follow you and respect you. So, oh yeah, yeah, Geekasado. I actually, on a serious note, if you guys like this, there is a GoFundMe over there. To kind of wrap things up, I'll give you guys an update on my situation. We had a bit of a blowout where I live. It had to do with the coronavirus, and me and my wonderful girlfriend had to leave where we were currently at, and so we've been in this wonderful hotel. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. But anyways, we've been in a hotel, and she tested positive, but don't worry, she's passed all of that stuff. We're good now. But it caused a big riff, and it's another thing with the media, uh, overhyping everything in it. But anyways, so we had to leave on the fly, and we didn't have much money. We took everything that we had and kind of packed it up. Hold on, let me see if you guys can see right there. Pretty much like all of our belongings, and we decided, you know what, we're gonna go and do this. But she got really worried, and we got really close. We put down this security deposit, and we're just kind of, what this is for is just for the rent portion, so that we can stay in this new home that we have. We both work jobs, but unfortunately, because of the policy of a 14-day quarantine, we weren't able to work, and so we've dipped into everything to pull off what we did. So I wanted to personally thank all of you guys, because I'm not, like I said in the beginning of this, not one of those YouTubers that's like, oh, I got a flat tire, could you guys help me out? Um, but I really do appreciate everything that. Uh, oh no, that's okay. Geek aside, I appreciate it, but I wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate everything that people have donated. We've gotten to like 500, so I really appreciate everything that you guys have done. The other reason why I love this Johnny Depp community is because you guys are some of the most caring, kindest, nice people that I've had the pleasure of talking with, and it really pisses me off too with the way the media has been attacking the fans, because you guys are some of the nicest people that I think I've ever met in my life. And the fact that, you don't know someone, but you're willing to help them out, it touches me deeply. And I can't tell you, and I can't even express. My girlfriend's at her parents' house right now, but she wanted me to tell you guys, like, it means a lot to her. She was so happy, and it really alleviated her worries too. So, you know, it was just a really humbling experience, and I appreciate and value every one of you guys. And I'm going to continue to expand, because eventually I would like to be monetized, and when I get monetized, it'll go towards making my channel better and putting out more quality content for you guys, because I do this for you guys. I do this because I know that there's people like me who are pissed off, and they want to know they can gather somewhere, that they can talk in the chat, that they can talk to me, and that there are a community of people who hear and understand what they're going through, you know. No, Jamie Vick, no. I just wanted to point out too that Jamie Vick donated some. Stone Cold Jeremy. I mean, uh, just tons of people within the community. I'm going to get a list together, and I'm going to make a video specifically thanking all of you guys right down a row, because I feel like, one, you deserve it, and two, it's really heartfelt, because I don't like asking for help. I hate it. I hate having to use a platform to like get money. I hate that feeling. But you know, my girl felt strongly about this, and you know how it goes, girlfriends. So she's like, "Suck up your pride," and then she wanted me to thank you guys, and she, uh, her name is Bitchy Unicorn. So if you see her on Twitter, she posted something for you guys. She doesn't have very many followers as I do, so go check out Bitchy Unicorn on Twitter. It's BYTCHIN. I should have linked that too, but I'm still working on it. But you know, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And you know what, Geekicidal, don't worry about it. Like I said, even a buck, that's so means so much to us. And I said, even all of you guys just wishing us well, wishing my girlfriend well, and giving us like people guess giving us like some tips and stuff on how to feel better and things like that. That means a lot because look, I'll hustle and I'm a man. I'll get us where we need to be because that's what I need to do. But for her, it means so much. Like she never realized how many people have a good, caring, kind heart, and she was so touched. So, you know, thank you guys. It's just it's been a real humbling experience, and I'll continue to do this for you guys because I'm General Zod, and I got a lot of stuff to rant about and get angry about during the day. And I appreciate you guys spending Christmas here with General Zod. I felt the best way for me was to just bullshit with you guys, come on live and just talk with you guys because your support has meant so much. And the least I could do was tell you in person, tell you on camera, and let you guys know. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for being generous, kind, fucking amazing subscribers that I've ever had. And yeah, I look, I don't want to get like, you know, like misty eyed or something that kind of downplays the Zod persona. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I can't even express to you how just touched I am by it. It means a lot because we went from being concerned to having enough to do this move and stay where we're staying. And it was all because you guys rallied and helped us out. And I won't forget that. And, you know, I'll continue to bring you guys the best content that I can do because that's my pledge to you. Like it should be for these other media assholes. The least I can do is to bring you guys articles, to bring you guys space to talk. And I really appreciate the opportunity you've given me to do that. So, you know, fucking Merry Christmas to all of you guys. You know, this is most people would look at this and they'd be like, you know, Zot, how could you be happy when you're like in a hotel room? You had this shit happen to you, and I like it's Christmas. I have the greatest fucking group of subscribers who have come and they didn't have to, man. They gave up money they fucking worked for to help me out. I mean, how can you not be fucking optimistic with that? How could you not feel the Christmas spirit and know that there's still good, kind-hearted people out there who give a shit about other people? To me, that's the best Christmas gift that I think I could have gotten. So, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I want to end with some positivity and some cheer because, you know, I went ranting there for a second. You guys can check out my stuff from earlier, but thank you. You guys make it possible. I love each and every one of you, and I will continue to bring you my best content I possibly can, my meanest rants towards the stupidest bullshit, because it needs to be called out. And you know what? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I finally made an intro and outro. So, you know, besides, remember the only rule here in the fandom zone: kneel before General Zod. I'm gonna play my song to take you out.